Sunshine here. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast where we're talking about all things fitness related. Fitness technology, fitness business, fitness marketing. Where is fitness going to be in 5 years from now? What kind of microphone should you be using for online or in-person classes? How do you sell without selling? These are all things that we're talking about with our guests on the podcast and in our courses. And you can find all of that at the Fit Tech University, both online and on social. So give a listen to this podcast. It'll be 20 to 30 minutes. We'll get you in and out. And then find us on social at Fit Tech University, where you can get even more tools and information to help you in your fitness business. Hi, and welcome to the podcast, Jolene Atkins. I want to welcome you to our fun conversation today where it's all things fitness related, and that could be anything from business to underwear. You just never know what's gonna happen. So I am so happy to have you on here, and we'll go ahead and get right started. How does that sound?
Fantastic. Thank you for asking me.
Yeah. I have to say, I want to start out with saying you have the best reels in town. Your reel game is amazing. So good.
So I'm a former actress, but I guess you never really leave acting, and reels just provides a new fun outlet for me. So
yeah. They're so relatable. I think that's one of the reasons. They're funny, but they're relatable. And you say the things that as instructors, we hear and think, but don't always say out loud, right? Like, hey, you said you were coming. I'm teaching to the walls, who the heck are you? Things like that. Very, very relatable. So I want to share that with you.
Thank you.
And I'll just dive off that. How much time does it take you to shoot your reels between writing the content and posting it?
So here is the benefit of my background in acting. I was a kid actor.
Okay.
I think that's important to note. And then went on and continued that into like my 20s, and then dabbled in my 30s, and then got into child rearing and just didn't really have time. So for me, people will hate this, but a reel takes about 2 minutes because I can just shoot it off the cuff. And I'm comfortable on camera.
Yeah.
So I also work for a design firm. I do social media for them, and helping the creative director make reels for herself. She takes a lot of time because she wants to get it right. Me, I'm not so worried about it being polished as I am about people going, that's what I want. I just want a reaction and I'm good.
Yeah.
So I'll do my workout in the morning. I do watch some reels at night. I get some ideas. I kind of bank them in my brain. And then after I work out in the morning or teach in the morning, sometimes I just throw the camera on and do it.
Okay.
People will hate me for that.
They will. But I think it's also helpful to know it doesn't have to be perfect, and you really can make it real. I just got done teaching. Here's what's going on.
Right. You're probably never going to find me doing a polished reel. There's always going to be something off, and then I'll laugh about that later.
So you had told me, our audience doesn't know this, but you had told me that you work full time, and you just shared that. And fitness is, I'm going to say, your fun job. Is that fair?
Yeah, I have a number of different freelance gigs that all come together into one full-time life.
Can you tell us about how put that all together?
How that all works? Yes. So I started teaching fitness at the age of 45. I'm 52 now, so I was a late bloomer, and began teaching live classes in a local studio. And truly then, that was a hobby thing, for sure, because it was 2, maybe 3 classes a week.
Sure.
On the other side of that, I write social media content for local small businesses, specifically small businesses. And many of them right now are local because a lot of my work was helping them through the pandemic when many of them had no idea how to even function on social media. I was like, now you're late and you need it now. So I write for them. So those are two things I do. And then I'm still dabbling in the creative world, theater, music, artists, all of that sort of thing. However, when we all went online in March 2020, I was working for my local studio. And then people that I knew personally were asking me, would you please teach some other classes online? And I said, no. I said, I have no interest in that. And then I had to really unpack that. I'm like, why do I not have interest in that? And so I just tried one because I'm certified in several formats. I'm like, just try. You work out down here anyway. I was hooked. Hooked. Because I could get up in the morning, throw my clothes are behind that curtain. That's where all my fitness clothes are. Yeah. Why put them up why bring them up to the bedroom?
Yeah.
Right there.
Can I show you mine?
Oh my God.
They're in this really cool bag. And I just
have a basket.
I just pick a shirt. I pick a pair of pants and I get dressed.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, I've got my leggings and my shirts and my bras and my bandanas and my socks. And I realized I could come down, I could teach.
Yes.
And then I could go have breakfast.
Yeah.
Go shower. So now, I don't know how many months since March 2020 it's been, I now still teach for that local studio Monday, Friday.
Okay.
And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, I teach my own classes.
Teach your own classes, which I
love it.
You're very, very good at what you do.
You're sweet.
I would not just tell you that for the sake of telling you. You're knowledgeable, but you execute and cue well. You're very good.
So I find that the cueing on camera, this whole online experience, I mean, if you know this, if you stop moving, they're going to stop moving.
Yeah.
So
yes.
I mean, especially like when I'm teaching Strong Nation, I am cueing and I am moving. Whereas when you're in a live class, sometimes you can say, keep going, I'm with you, but you can walk around. You cannot do that.
Well, look at
online.
Susie. She's doing it great. Susie feels great and you get a break.
Yeah, right. There's no break online.
I'm tired. Look at Susie. She's fabulous.
Exactly. But you don't get that. You don't get that in this experience. And I do think the on-camera experience I had as an actor helped. You know, I knew where to look. I knew you have to check back with them. I knew you have to smile. I hate this. You got to wear makeup.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because then they can see you, you know, and I think for me, it brought back that love of performing too. You know, I was used to it. It's just a different venue now.
But what a great way to look at it. Yes.
Yeah.
And a great tip. You're right about makeup. I would love to not put any on.
I know.
And I look in the mirror and I go, hold on. I'll be right back.
Yeah. They need to see your lips moving, right?
Yeah.
They need to see your eyes. And you know what? I'll be honest. There's some classes, good for you. Right? When I see that I know the women who are coming and we're like pretty tight, sometimes it won't happen. But for the most part, it does.
It does. What a great pro tip that people maybe don't even think about. Oh,
I know.
No big deal.
I know. But there's all these lights on and yeah.
Can we talk about your lights? Can we talk about
your
teaching space right now?
Sure.
Okay.
So the interesting story behind this is that in December of 19, I redid where I work out in my house. I wasn't teaching online. I told my husband, we need to utilize the basement better. Let's move all my crap downstairs to the basement. Let's just set up a nice space down here. We hired a personal organizer. We organized the entire basement. We set all this up. There was no curtain. It was awesome. And then March 2020 came and suddenly this was my office. Who knew, right?
Right.
So I really felt like I needed to clean it up because I figured we'd be here for a while. So I have a somewhat 3-point lighting setup. I have a huge light. I have a ring light, and then I have an overhead light. Is it always perfect? No, but as long as they can see me and it's not too dark, that's great. We put up a curtain just so I could divide my closet and the laundry room, you know, so the laundry room's back there. And honestly, the space for me was perfect for the types of classes that I teach. I really don't need any more room than this. And then I can hop on the treadmill. I've got a big screen above my head that I throw my notes up onto. The walls used to be enormous Post-it notes up on the wall. And I was like, this has got to stop. Didn't realize you could mirror your phone to your TV. So now all my notes just go plop. I still keep learning things. And then the one piece that I found to be super important was that I do have a mixer.
Okay.
So my sound is actually going into a mixer and then into the computer. And then I have a monitor. I could never get it to work where the music went straight into the laptop or into whatever was holding your camera. I really felt like that mixer was important.
Yeah.
So I honestly got something not too expensive and 2 channels, one for my mic, one for sound, and it works really, really well.
Where did you get the mixer at?
I went to a music store in town. Local. I went local because I knew someone there and I could just say, this is what I need. I went on Amazon and was lost. I was like, I don't even know. I don't know. But I was able to bring him my mic that I had already purchased. And he was able to say, you really just need 2 channels right now.
Great.
I think it was $100.
It's not bad.
I really haven't spent a lot of money down here.
And it looks great. And again, I've taken your class experience. It's excellent.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And with Strong Nation, for example, I'm guessing unless you need that content, that mirroring in front of you, just to, there's a lot to that format. So
there's a lot to that format. I don't need it as much for my strength training. I really don't need it as much for my body pump like class. I tend to memorize those.
Sure.
And then I teach bar as well. But for Strong Nation, sometimes that music starts. And if I didn't have those notes up there, I'd be like, how does this one start? But then the minute I see it, I'm like, I'm good. But it's a lot. And I don't even teach the hour-long format. I teach 30 minutes. I don't think my brain could handle an hour. And I don't know if people could handle an hour online. I think that's a lot to be in front of your screen.
Mm-hmm. In terms of prepping for Strong Nation, for example, how long does it take you to practice that choreography?
So I'll say this about Strong Nation. The beautiful thing about Strong Nation is how they prepare you, the tools they give you to prep. It's unbelievable. And it's really unmatched by any other format that I teach, because you get to try the format and then you can break the screen into 3 and you can see the low, the bass, and the progression at the same time. You can remove the music and just you practice your cueing. There's so much that they have prepared for the instructor that honestly now I can probably go through that experience that they've set up for us maybe 2 times, marking it. And I pretty much have it. And then I need to do it full. Like, I'm not one of those people who gets his or her workout done when you're teaching class. We all know that that's a no-no. With Strong Nation, I almost on camera have to overemphasize like an elbow. Like I have to be even more precise. So I mark it twice and then I run it once and I'm pretty good.
You're pretty good.
I'm pretty good.
You have a system.
I do have a system. I do.
And I want to come back to what you just mentioned about it not being our workout. Do you get your workout in before or after?
It depends.
Okay.
So some mornings I teach at 8 or I teach at 9. On those mornings, I'm normally working out ahead of time. Okay. If I work at 8 or if I teach at 8, I normally work out afterwards. So, and it's always something in opposition of what I taught.
Certainly.
So like this morning I taught bar, which was 1 pound weight and a lot of elongation. And afterwards I did my lower body workout, which was absolutely the opposite. And I will be foam rolling later tonight.
So smart.
Yeah.
To the Run Pain Free podcast, and she talks about foam rolling, that you have to address the tissue before you can get to the joints and the muscles. So amen to that.
Yes.
To that. Yeah. And I was going to ask you another question and it just escaped me. Lower body.
That's all right.
Oh, yes. Do you do your own workout or do you do other people's workouts?
I do other people's workouts because I like to be taught. So I learn a lot by being told what to do. I don't know any other situation where I could continue to learn more than being in the position of being a student. So I have learned some great cueing, some great tips, some new stretches just from being the student, whether that's normally I'm taking like an online live class or I do my strength training through, I don't know if you've ever heard of Jordan Syatt Fitness. If you find him on Instagram, he's unbelievable. I do his strength workouts, and then I connect in a group just like I'm a student. But I learned so much. And then on the online workouts, I listen to those instructors. I'm sorry, I'm pointing up here because that's my screen, but I listen to them because it's my time to, help myself physically, but there's always something to learn.
Yes.
I keep a notebook right here. And then after class, I'm like, they said this. That's applicable to me teaching this. So, yeah. So I teach and then I'm taught.
You're a life learner.
I like being taught.
Yes. Yes.
I do.
Yes. Good for you to be open-minded that we never know it all. And we can never
know it all.
We can always improve.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. You probably have a lot of insight. I'm going to pivot back.
Okay.
In sales, in finding clients, in pitching your brand, and pitching your services. Yeah. So many people in our seats don't have that skill set or aren't aware they have it. It intimidates them. They don't want anything to do with it. And we're not taught that, right? We're not taught that in our certifications. We're taught about the muscles, but not how to sell the program, right?
Right.
Anything that you can share to reflect on that would be helpful. I'd
love to.
Anything, broad spectrum here. What you got?
Absolutely. So I don't know if it's going to be twofold or threefold. But the one, and I think this is applicable to small business owners as well who aren't in fitness. But what I tend to find online is that people talk so heavily about the product that they're selling that we actually never get to know them. There's nothing wrong with pitching your product because if someone doesn't know about your product, you'll never sell your product. So I get that. But when it's every day, all the time, and you never get to know the person, which is why those reels are real. That is me. You'll find me doing some goofy stuff, and every so often you'll see me pop up when my classes are. I try to have a good balance of here's what I'm offering you, and here's who I am. Because you're going to gravitate in fitness. We do tend to gravitate towards personalities with whom we feel comfortable. So I also, I try to stick with like my color branding. I do have colors. I try to stick with that and not just pop up stuff that doesn't fit. You'll always see some hot pink and some cobalt blue and a little bit of gray and a little bit of purple. I'm very bright. That's just my brand colors. You'll always see me sharing what helps me. You'll see me doing reels that I can poke fun at myself. But then you'll see me talk pretty seriously about the fitness industry in general. So if there's that great balance between who you are and what you do, I think you have to have both. So like with small businesses, I say 3 days a week, use the content calendar that I wrote that is just to get people talking. It's just engagement, has nothing to do with your product. And then talk about your product on the other days. But get them talking, create a relationship and a community online before you just say, want to buy this? Want to buy this? Hey, I'm selling this. Hey, I'm selling this. And in the fitness industry, we've got to offer some classes for free because people are afraid and intimidated. So I have Fit for free, and they can, and because I teach 4 formats, they can take every single one for free first. If they connect with me, awesome. If I'm not for them, it's okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yes. That's great perspective in terms of let them get to know you, take the cover off, and let them fall in love with you, because people fall in love with people, not products. And I take that from Chalene Johnson. I'm a Chalene Johnson.
I love Chalene Johnson. She got me started in fitness.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I was 41, I bought a program on a DVD. It was called Chalene Extreme.
Oh, I've done that one.
That was my beginning to getting, my shit in order at 41 years old.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
We're all day. I was just in Brett Johnson's DMs, actually. I'm like, are you guys coming into Michigan? We're having a Lifer meetup. Here it is. Are you guys coming? I know Shalene's parents are from here. He's like, yeah, I'm coming. I'm like, oh, okay. Great day. What if you do?
See you later.
Bye.
Yes.
Have you, are you in Insta Club Hub? You probably.
I sure am.
You are. Yay. Oh.
The amount, okay, so I have learned from Chalene, and this again has been since March 2020. She gives a lot away because she loves to teach. And I have learned I'm a fairly new Instagrammer, maybe 3 years, but I like it better because I don't feel like it comes with all the shackles and drama of Facebook. So I've learned so much about Instagram from her and her son, whom I adore. And she genuinely loves to teach. She wants to empower people. And she's doing exactly what she says she's going to do.
Yes. Yes, I agree. I'm in everything she offers. MMA. Yes. I was in VBA before. Yes. So what a smart woman.
Did you teach Turbo?
I didn't. I
didn't either.
I've gone back and done it, on Beachbody. But just so good.
Yeah.
With the few minutes we have left, because I could talk about all day.
I know we could.
Right? All right. I have some fast answer questions for you.
Okay.
And here we go.
Okay, let's do it.
Where do you see our industry in 5 years?
I still see it online. I see it live, but I see online never going away.
Okay. If you weren't doing this, meaning teaching fitness, what would you be doing?
I would still be doing commercials and I'd be doing film.
Okay. What is the first thing you do after teaching?
I go eat breakfast. Oh, seriously. Okay. I go straight upstairs. Well, okay. I stay down and I do my own workout. So I'm going to put those two together if you don't mind.
Sure.
Then I go upstairs, I shake up some protein, I drink that protein and have breakfast.
Perfect. I interviewed Linda Mcdonald. You may have seen her in the Instagram world. She's a pumped up strength instructor. And she said the same thing. She leaves her basement, as we're all in our basements.
We're all in the basement.
Yep. And we go up and we eat breakfast. Sure. Yeah. What kind of protein powder do you use?
So I'm in between, to be quite honest. So I'm trying one from PE Science right now. It's a little sweet for me. So He Fit, if you follow her online, recommends that one. But honestly, from from all the ones I've tried, I still kind of like Beachbody Chocolate Recover.
Oh, it's so good.
I still like that one better.
Sure.
So,
what is something people do not know about you?
I get nervous before I teach every single time. It was the same when I would go on stage. I literally don't just waltz in here and I'm like, I get nervous. I feel so responsible for giving them a good workout and for being clear and for them being able to follow me and for me to be explaining exercises correctly. My word is very important. So people may not realize that as comfortable as I seem on camera, because people are like, you're so comfortable on camera, I still get stage fright.
Would not know that.
Nope.
This isn't in my questions. I'm going to ask it anyway on my list that nobody can see. Where are you getting your clients from that you speak of?
It's funny. I just got a new client right off of Instagram.
Okay.
Let me share about that one because I think it's important. She's a breast cancer survivor, double mastectomy, and had been following me, but I didn't know. And she finally came to me and said, I think I want to try your bar class. I feel comfortable with you. All she'd been doing was watching my social. So she said, I'd prefer not to have my camera on because I'm not used to this yet. And I did ask her, I said, are you cleared to work out? Because I know after double mastectomy, the pecs area. And she said, I'm cleared. I said, great. I said, you don't have to have your camera on. But she connected with me from following me on Instagram. The other heap of customers I have was because I was heavily immersed in the Beachbody world for a long time. I'm still there, but really doing my own thing. So I still run a free group on Facebook for people doing anything they want. I don't care if you're running. I don't care if you're powerlifting. I don't care. It's just a place for us to connect and chat and talk. And it doesn't matter what type of exercise you're doing. So a lot of people in there have been like, oh, I want to try your class. I'm like, try it. Here's a free one. If you like it, come back. So, yeah.
The take home with that, if people are new to coming online, is that it takes time.
It does not happen.
Come online and just have 20 clients, you're not, and it's okay. You can teach to nobody for 4 months, and then you get one, and then you get two.
Yes.
Slow, but it will happen.
And people also may not know that I play back every single class that I teach. And I check sound, I check lights, I check what's coming out of my mouth. I kind of do a huge self-assessment afterwards to go, how did that go? What do I need to improve for next time? Because you don't normally get that feedback like you would in a live class. When someone's like, I didn't understand this, they're not going to do that with this. So that's a little accountability for myself.
You really produce a quality product, and that's another reason why.
Oh, you are sunshine. Your name fits you perfectly.
Thank you. I'll let my mom know she did.
Oh my gosh. Way to go, Mom.
I know, right? All right, last question.
Okay.
From 1 to 5, 5 is best. How would you rate your experience coming on the podcast?
Oh, 5?
Oh, yes. And I didn't pay you to say that.
No. That's easy peasy. I feel like we could talk a lot longer, but that would be a long podcast.
I could talk to you a lot longer.